Hi, I'm Alison, editor of Alizilla, and welcome to our live streaming today. I'm talking with Ada Xu, Regional Director of EMEA for Alibaba Group's travel platform, Fliggy. Thanks for joining us, Ada. Could you say a few words to introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Thank you, Alison. So I'm based in Paris and I've been with Alibaba since 2016. And at that time, I was in charge of the development of Tmall for France. And in 2018, I joined Fliggy. Here at Fliggy, a big part of what we do, it helps the world's greatest cultural institutions, from the British Museum, Louvre, Colosseum to the Prado, connect with Chinese travelers.
Ada, China's largest shopping festival has just kicked off and the office here is buzzing with activity. I'd love to hear what Fliggy has got planned for Double 11.
Fliggy is collaborating with various world-famous institutions since last year, and one of our greatest achievements is this long-term collaboration with British Museum. Together, we co-designed 3 tours in Chinese, specifically for Fliggy, and every tour will be led by a blue badge guide. And we are happy to announce that this product will be launched for 11/11 this year. And during the shopping festival, Chinese consumer will be able to buy this product without any worries because the tours don't expire for 3 years. And Fliggy is also very proud of the fact that it's the first time for the British Museum in terms of publicly offering a semi-private tour of artifacts.
Super cool. Okay, what insights is Fliggy hoping to glean from this partnership? And, you know, the big takeaway for our audience, what does this mean for China tourism?
As I said, we are launching the product for the shopping festival this year, which represents as the second step of the collaboration between Fliggy and British Museum, because the first step of the collaboration was the live streaming last year. We've done it in June. And through the demand of the product this year, it will give us and to the British Museum insight into when consumers think they will be travel physically to destination again. This is a very important confidence indicator and means the business unit is not planning 1 month to the next. Also, it gives a sense of what the new normal will look like to the travel industry. People's priority has changed a lot through the pandemic, and working from home has become a standard in some industries. We and the business unit will have more a sense of what people now think about mega trip. You know, China has led the world on many consumption trends, such as revenge buying post-pandemic, and it could be a major indicator of the travel industry too.
You're quite right. Everyone wants to know when travel's really going to get going again, and Chinese tourists are going to come back to Europe. So yeah, we'll be watching that closely. But just to clarify, this collaboration hasn't just come out of the blue. You've been working with the British Museum for years, and you know, tell me that it must have been tricky during the pandemic. How have you been building relationships and keeping European culture alive for the Chinese tourists during the pandemic?
Thank you, Alison. You know, Fliggy created this virtual tourism series since the beginning of the pandemic in April 2020 for Europe. I'm speaking. At that time, we were trying to find a way to keep this link between Europe and China when suddenly everything stopped. No, like this. So how can we do that? By using technology. we have decided to turn away the primary use of live streaming, which is selling and mainly cosmetic product, in China, but to the travel industry. And that's how Fliggy decided to live stream over the world and partner with world's greatest cultural institutions to make Chinese travelers visit virtually without moving from the safety of their home. And we even created mini event like the reproduction of the Carnival of Venice with few partners in Venice, and more than 40 performers joined the show. As you know, the Carnival of Venice was cancelled last year because of the pandemic. And this little reproduction of Carnival of Venice, made especially for Fliggy, is a proof of the importance of a Chinese market to the travel destination. And we know that Chinese tourists miss a lot international travels. Through all the comments and questions that we got during the live streaming. Example, I wish I can be there watching the live streaming, or I will be the first person coming to visit you talking about the city or the museum, or I really want to travel to Europe again. All these comments are so valuable for us, for the team, and also for our partners who are working very hard to make all this live possible.
This couldn't have been easy, during the pandemic. And I think you've done this whilst staying in Paris, right? What are the challenges that you've had to overcome bringing all these cultural institutions to a global audience?
Few challenges, you can say that. Few challenges. Live streaming is a new technology form of museum, and they are not familiar with this innovative tool. That's why a clear and detailed communication with partner is the key to onboard them. They need to fully understand the concept of what live streaming can bring to them, and to have all the ins and outs of the project. Above all, as you mentioned, the difficulties come with the impossibility for me to take a plane and to be there on site to support them. So every detail is discussed and prepared in advance by video conference, like what we are doing now. So there's a lot of preparation work from both sides.
I'm really curious, as we all enter the new normal and exploring, how life has changed, what do you think is going to be the future of travel? How is our experience of travel going to be different in the future?
I totally understand your question, because I think that the virtual tourism was very important during the pandemic. But, it's still not much fun as a real trip. People want sensations. They want to feel the ambience of a museum, when you are walking inside a museum. They want to see in real with their eyes the artifact and have the freedom to observe a painting or a sculpture up close. And people still want that conversation piece and selfies of themselves with the Louvre, instead the Louvre or British Museum or Prado. So nothing will change the fact that they prefer to be there in real and to live everything in real. And that's why we are offering these tours co-designed with British Museum as part for 11/11 Shopping Festival. But That said, people know that digital is now an option and they like it. I'm thinking about these videos of New York City in winter time and in the snow. Because when you are watching this video, you really have a sensation of walking in the New York City, but still you can't feel the winter cold. You can't feel the snow falling on your skin. So there's still a lot of pieces, sensations missing. But it's already a great option to visit New York City when you're not able to travel or to take a plane.
Thank you so much, Ada, for your insights. Really looking forward to hearing how Double 11 goes for you guys and how you continue to build a bridge to European culture for Chinese tourists. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alison.